So coming back to all these interview techniques, the thing for me is I don't think you're ever going to remember any of them. So someone mentioned the other day the STAR technique, where you, in every response you give, you remember the situation, the task, the action, and the result, and you formulate your answer based on these things. Who's ever going to remember this? So people forget that you're in a pressure environment. You're not used to interviews. Maybe you've done quite a few when you're first starting out, but most of the time you're not well versed at interviews. This is a stressful environment and you're under pressure. And for me, it's kind of like I've taken up boxing recently, and I suck at boxing, but you dance around your bedroom and you think you're Mike Tyson and you're practicing that knockout punch, right? And then you get there and you get into a sparring match and you stand still, you don't breathe, you don't move forward and backwards. You pretty much just end up after 30 seconds, you are spent and you're just doing this and praying that someone will end it. Now, this is what actually happens in quite a lot of junior developer interviews, but I would actually say it happens in a lot of interviews where people freeze and they don't give the best version of themselves, even when they're a senior developer. So I would say don't try to remember those things, because you're not going to remember when the time comes. Like boxing, you need to practice the basics. Now, I always make that argument that nobody ever hires anyone they don't like. So I think you're better spending your time smiling and being a nice person and trying to have a conversation. So when someone asks you about tech, you give your opinions. Maybe they're asking you about a framework. Give your opinion on why you think it's good, and sometimes why you think it's bad. That's okay. You can still work using something that you actually think something else is better. But having that opinion, you're letting people have a window into your world of what it's like to talk to you about tech, what it's like to work with you. You're never going to remember situation. What was the T again? Anyway, you're never going to remember it. So I would say don't bother.